Crmson does it. It's a weird game, and we actually knew it. We knew that it was going to be a weird game, a game out of full of systems, and there's like a whole bunch of exploration, and there's a whole bunch of tutorials and things that the game tells you, but it doesn't directly tell you, so you're just loose. You just are told, go out there into the world, my son, and do something, buying some things, or just go do something out there. And that's the beauty about this game. The problem is that, to some extent, it can be very difficult and very challenging when you're starting out, and I can promise you that my first hours in the game where I was just stumbling across a whole bunch of places that it didn't make sense. I got my ass handed to me so many more times than I can remember. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you should be doing while doing your first exploration on the first region of the game, and trust me, those bosses that you're going to have difficulties with, they're not going to be that difficult anymore. And first, the first thing that I would like to address is actually how you should be tackling your exploration, because you have been told, I have been told, and this is true to some extent, that you should do the first 20 hours 15 to 20 hours of main storyline, just so that you can get a whole bunch of things for your character, like major story things that you are required for you to be able to interact with some of the puzzles that the game has, and to some extent establishing your camp, and to some extent that is true. But I can also tell you that by the time that you reach your first boss fight, if you go unprepared and you don't have like the proper resources and you don't know what you're doing, the boss is going to get your ass handed to you, because this game, it's based, I'm not going to say that the combat system sucks, but it's also not a Souls-like. It's not as responsive as a Souls game, and it's not all about skill. When they said that this game was light on RPG elements, they were lying. This game is heavy in RPG elements because you are required to be properly geared before you actually start engaging with the rest of the exploration, and that is very early in the campaign of this game. That is why so many people are finding it challenging. So before you continue with the story, you should properly gear your character, and one of the main activities that I advise for you to do, because they're very easy to do, they don't require any combat, and they are very rewarding, are the bounties. So bounties just require for you to go out there and grab a bunch of outlaws. You don't require to fight many of them. Some of them you are going to have to be required to fight them, but not all of them. And they're going to give you reputation with the region. They're also going to give you money, which is very needed for you to purchase some tools that you're going to need to properly outfit and gear your character. And also, one very good advice that I have for you while doing bounties, this is something that I've seen a lot of people struggling with. Sometimes you can kill outlaws that are required, that are going to be aggressive. Not all of them are going to be, but if you kill them, you can still pick their corpses, with like the one that you're seeing me carrying right now, and you can deliver them to the guards. You can also, it's a little bit wobbly, but you can also get them on the horse. It took me quite a while. I actually delivered a whole bunch of outlaws because I was trying to get on top of my horse, so it just requires for you to move a little bit, but you can actually carry your outlaws with the horse. Outlaws, it's one of the easiest ways for you to build reputation. Reputation is going to be shown right in here, and this is some kind of currency that you're going to be able to trade for goods. Now, the place where we trade this reputation with, it's going to be right here. It's on the main castle of the Marquis, and it is to some extent hidden because it's in this tower, and if you enter into this tower, you're going to have this guy right in here. Now, the currency system for the actual rewards that you're going to get very interesting, because this guy is going to give you a whole bunch, and I mean a whole bunch, of real powerful gear that it's already upgraded for the first region of the game. So as you can see, these ones, they have level 2, and it does not require, as a matter of fact, once you capture 1 or 2 outlaws, you're going to be able to trade that for this amazing Bolton plate armor. I've been doing so much more, so I have so many more things. I already have the Hernan Ceremonial Guard armor, and I'm trying to get the complete armor set for this thing. But also, if you do not want to spend your money on anything else, you can just get the full Bolton plate armor set, which is very cool looking. It's very powerful. It's already upgraded to some extent, and this should allow you to do some more exploration a little bit more freely. Have in mind that you can also trade in back and forth the actual goods that you actually acquire in here. So if I've already exchanged some of the items like the Hernan Ceremonial Guard armor, and it costs 21 contribution points, I can actually sell this back if I want to regain my points back. That way I can actually buy all of these armor pieces, and then yeah, also. But the problem is that you have in mind that if you have been upgrading this armor and you sell it back, it's going to lose the upgrades that you have given to the armor. So mine was level 4, I returned it, now it's level 3 when I buy it back, and there's no way around this. So yeah, have in mind that I advise that you should use this while you're leveling up some points, because it's level 2, and then once you trade it in, then you get this one. Or if you, at the end of the day, they're very cool armor sets, both of them. As a matter of fact, this is a little bit more powerful because this gives more defense, this gives you more movement speed, so it's a little bit of a back and forth because of the armor material that you have right in here. It's dependent on what is it that you would like to use and what is it that you would like to upgrade. Just have in mind that there is the option to trade back and forth these items, but there is no option for you to regain back the upgrades that you have given to the armor that you have crafted. So that is definitely free armor, that it is very powerful while you start in your exploration. But let's say that you have been doing your bounties, you have been doing some side quests, and then you got some coin. Well, the equivalent to one of those armors, which was the armor that you see the guards using, the design is actually very good, and I advise that you actually do use that armor. But ideally, if you don't want to use that, you can come into Red, which is the equipment shop, and he's going to give you or sell you very powerful, albeit to some extent very expensive, especially in your first hours of playtime where you're not going to be able to use that much your money into this. But he's going to give you the Kanta plate armor. Now, the Kanta plate armor is very powerful because, then again, it's plate armor, and there is not much environmental issues that you're going to encounter while exploration, the first region of the game. You just need raw power, and that raw power with the Kanta plate armor and the Kanta plate armor set, while the design is also very good as well. As a matter of fact, I'm using the boots and the gloves myself because I actually like the design. I like how they look on me, and I have been upgrading them because they require only iron and copper for you to get them into level 4, as you can see mine here. Just beside him, you're going to encounter the person that is going to refine your armor set to improve your gear. This guy is going to, at the very least, while doing exploration on this area, and before you actually start to be required to get like those rare materials and the Abyss artifacts, I'd say that getting your weapon to level 4, it's more than enough, like your gear to level 4, it's more than enough for you to be able to freely explore the first region of the game and the starting area of the second region, so that you can get your bearings. And the first region of the game, you are going to encounter rare materials by doing side quests. Like you can see, my weapon is nearly level 6 because I've been doing my side quests, but ideally you're going to be upgrading your gear up to level 4. As you can see, all of my gear being upgraded in here thanks to this. I'm just having a breeze while exploration. I have been doing the castles, I have been doing everything that the first region has to offer, and I don't care about the bosses because my character is just so powerful right now. But there's another NPC just down the streets here that I'd say that it is very important for you to actually visit him as well. It is not going to be needed for you to actually get all of these tools that this guy is going to sell you, but they're very cheap. Very cheap, and these guys right in here are going to allow you to upgrade the gear that you just purchased. This is going to be the life skills, and I do advise that you start engaging with this as soon as you can possibly have the chance. He's going to sell you fishing rod by 15 coppers, which is basically nothing. He's going to give you, he's going to sell you shovels, mallets, pickaxe, lodging axes, brooms, and most of these guys right in here you can actually get them by doing exploration, side exploration around the world. But if you immediately want to get started with your living skills and some of the things that I'm going to show you to upgrade your gear, then my advice is that you just get some outlaws, capture some things, and then purchase these things, and then go out there into the world, do your exploration. Now also my first advice is that you do hunting like a maniac. It's free and you're going to encounter lots and lots and lots of things to hunt out there. One of the major issues that you're going to run into in this game if you're not doing hunting, if you're not killing things, is that you're not going to have healing items. And like I mentioned, while I like and I enjoy the combat system in Crimson Desert, it's more RPGs than you would like. You're going to get hit. There's no avoiding it. The bosses are going to hit you, the iframes are some kind of wobbly and things like that. It feels amazing to punch things in this game, but you are going to receive damage and you need to out-heal that damage with the actual armor that you're wearing, but also the consumables. And doing hunting, it's going to do a whole bunch of things for you. First, it's going to give you materials to upgrade your jewelry, which is very important early on. It's also going to give you materials to upgrade some of your gear, some of your armor, some of your weapons, because it's going to give you hides, and you're going to need hides for you to be able to upgrade your armor. But it's also going to give you lots and lots and lots and lots of meat, as you can see here. And if you take this into the cooking pot, which is something that I advise for you to do, do not eat the meat raw. You can, but this is going to allow you to have a steady supply of actual healing items, and whenever you encounter bosses, whenever you're clearing up enemy camps, while you can to some extent use your skill to minimize the damage that you're going to take, then you can out-heal. As you can see right here, I just did the exploration for hunting for like, let's say, 20 minutes, and I already have 45 pieces of meat that actually heal myself my health bar to the second level, because this is the second tier. There are several tiers that you can cook for these guys here. So I was just doing that because I was farming for materials to upgrade my armor. Now I have an unlimited supply of healing items and I'm basically immortal, so I can fight any boss, any camp, anything that I would like. And trust me, if you go to the quarry or things like that, the bigger camps and the bigger bosses, you're going to need this. And then finally, iron and copper. Usually you're going to find it on mountains, but if you want a very specific set location that I can give to you, you can go down in here, which is where your camp is going to be established. And this is basically a plateau. And this plateau, with all of these little, all of these mountains that you can see, as a matter of fact, I already have them marked in here. You see there's copper, there's iron, iron, copper, iron. And you can basically upgrade your gear to the maximum level just by running around, as you can see here, just running around these areas, these edges, and just by one time doing this, you're going to be able to upgrade your gear to the maximum level of the first region, where it's going to start asking for you to use artifacts and to use precious stones. But this is going to be more than enough for you to explore freely the first area of the game, and for you to be able to start focusing on the actual exploration of the main quest for the game, fighting bosses and then and such. So yeah, that's ideally what you should be doing on the first region of the game. Of course, you should be doing your puzzles, you should be doing your bandit strongholds, you should be doing all of the activities that the world is going to give you. But before you can actually start tackling on all of that, if you do not want to die so many times and waste your resources, I can promise you that by the time that I got to the first boss fight in the game, I was just trying to stroll through the main quest of the game, because I know that I want to get the new companions, I want to get my camp established, I want to be doing a whole bunch of things. And I did manage to beat the boss without healing items and without gear, because I was stubborn. but I immediately knew I was frustrated because I knew that I was not doing things properly. I should have come back and do these things that I'm telling you, because now I'm having so much fun, because I have killed so many bosses, I have done so much exploration, and I'm having a breeze because I don't care about enemies, because I'm just so overpowered right now. Anyways, if you like the content, like and super appreciated, and also you're the gorgeous and beautiful person, you're indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, have a beautiful day, and goodbye.